Hi, I'm Gretchen Hanson, executive chef and owner of Hobos Restaurant and Bar, and we're here today to do a lesson on salsas. Salsas are one of those great things that you can add so much flavor to a dish, and you can take a dish to a whole new level depending on what you decide to add. So today we're going to do an Asian salsa. Now over here I'm going to start with a dried California chili. Love these. They're hot, they're spicy, and I'm from California, so it couldn't get much better than that. So we're going to throw those in a pan, again with a little bit of oil, and we're going to start toasting. And we're going to toast these pans right up, and we're going to get the chilies rolling. California chili is a lot spicier than the poblano anyway, so the poblano's seeds really aren't going to matter. Plus, we're going to end up sieving this salsa at the end so we can see what that looks like. Let's go ahead and throw a little bit of roasted onion into our California chilies. And let's go ahead and throw a little bit of garlic in there too. We have choices of a lot spicier chilies, like we could use a chocolate ghost chili, we could use a habanero, but I would be very, very careful about using these unless you're used to them. It actually requires time to get used to very, very spicy chilies, and if you eat enough over time, you will become accustomed to them and can take and handle more spice. We're going to add a little bit of herbal sea salt to that one too. You want to use real salt whenever you're working with chilies because it has a magical chemistry that makes the flavors pop. You don't want to use herbal sea salt substitutes. You just want to use real salt. Make sure it's as clean a salt as you possibly can find. Now we're going to add a little bit of roasted cumin to this one and a little bit of ancho chili powder to our California chili. So roasted cumin, ancho chili powder, and we're going to move this around slightly. This is starting to brown, and if you notice, you see how your chilies are getting dark? That's when we want to start hydrating them. Now these have been dehydrated, so we want to start hydrating these chilies by adding a little bit of veg stock. If we get them too dark, they'll start to taste acrid or bitter. So it's very important that you find that flavor. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of bay leaf in here and a little bit of cinnamon stick, but both of these I'm going to take out before I puree them. They're just to give a very, very subtle nuance to that salsa. Now meanwhile, our California chili is looking fantastic. It's getting soft. You should be able to feel it, but you can certainly smell it. And if you had smell-o-vision here, you would know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these California chilies in the food processor. I'm going to remove my bay leaf and my cinnamon stick because they don't puree well. I'll tell you about that right now. And I'm just going to go ahead and puree all this, and then we're going to cook it down and sieve it. Use any fine mesh sieve. This one has been around for a very long time. It's one of my favorites. I like it because I can get a lot through it. You're going to dump the solids, and this certainly could have been pureed a lot more. You're going to dump the solids in your sieve, and you're going to work them through the mesh with a metal spoon. Whew, that is strong. Now, the more you cook these solids in veg stock, the more easy they're going to be puree and get through the sieve. You won't have this much left over if you cook it for a longer period of time. Now, this salsa that we have here is equivalent to a Tabasco or to a Tapatio. So it's a very, very spicy, oh, fantastic, California chili Tabasco. Whoa, that's spicy. Now this is great for marinating. Our California chili is great for marinating, but you have to be ready for a real kick in the pants if you use it straight up, okay? So if you marinate, it's going to calm itself down once you cook it, but if you use it straight up, it is spicy. This has been Gretchen Hanson at Hobos Restaurant and Bar doing a lesson on salsas.